What's going on, guys? It's your boy the Markham Knight here. Today's video is going to be all about Zack Snyder's Justice League. This is going to be part 5 out of 7. This is going to be based on chapter 5, which is called All the King's Horses, and it might as well be called All the King's Horses, All the King's Men Couldn't Put Superman Back Together Again, because that's the implication here. It's going based off Humpty Dumpty's kind of situation there. But let's get right into it. So it starts up with them digging up Superman, and obviously this is kind of like a bonding moment for them. Diana is speaking to Aquaman, and they're speaking about the war between the Atlanteans and the Amazons. Now, we haven't seen anything about this, but it is a really cool concept of having that kind of a war. Obviously they can go back and retroactively do something like that if they wanted to, but they might not be continuing the Snyderverse anymore anyway, so it might just be a cool reference. But they kind of find a little bit of common ground. At the same time, Vic and Flash are kind of connecting, and Flash has this funny joke where he asks if Vic thinks Diana would be into dating someone who's younger, and Vic says she's 5,000 years old. Every guy's a younger guy. So it's kind of a cool concept, a cool joke there, and kind of a fun little chemistry moment for them. Then we get to see Batman, or Bruce Wayne specifically, with Alfred in the cave, and they're discussing whether or not this is a good idea. And Alfred has a really good line. He says, if you can't take down the charging bull, don't wave the red cape at it. Red cape obviously being Superman. And then Batman says, yeah, you do wave the red cape if it's this red cape, because this red cape, it charges back. And it was a really cool line. And then they move on to Star Labs, and they're gonna try and, essentially they set something up to get everybody out. They set off an alarm, and Victor's dad, Silas Stone, is doing everything he can to make sure everybody knows it's a false alarm. And then he sees Victor, and obviously he has that mutual respect for him now, and he respects everything that he's doing as a superhero. I think it was kind of like a proud father moment for him, but they have that mutual respect between them now. So even if they're not all happy and everything with each other, they have that respect for one another. And he kind of calls everything off and says, no one goes in until I tell you to. So now we basically get to see Cyborg wanting to set up the mother box to recover Superman, but they can't charge the mother box. So Flash says if he runs near the speed of light, it kind of messes with time, but he can create a charge that big to power the mother box. And that's basically what they're going to do. Now, as Cyborg's telling Barry to get ready to do it, the actual ship is telling them that this is a bad idea and bad things will happen if they recover Superman, if they save Superman, and this is an irreversible action. So Batman kind of pushes and insists to go on with it anyway. So as Vic starts to count down, he gets to 1, and then he gets a premonition, kind of like Batman's been getting premonitions, and this premonition might be the best couple of scenes in a row. It might be the best sequence in the entire movie. First, we get to start off seeing the big explosion that chars the world, and basically we get shown Darkseid, and he's sitting on his throne, and it's really cool. Then we get to see Darkseid in action. We get to see his Omega beams. He's lighting up Atlanteans. We get to see Wonder Woman, who's dead on a pyre, getting a funeral for an Amazon, which is really cool. So obviously Darkseid's killed her, and Darkseid's even standing there watching the funeral, which is kind of cool that he actually gave them the funeral. I guess he respected Wonder Woman enough to give her that funeral and let them do that. But obviously Darkseid's taken over the planet at this point. Then we see Superman with a charred body in his arms, and he's crying, and Darkseid puts a hand on his shoulder. These are all very cool moments. We get to see all of this stuff. Then we get to see something that's also really cool. We get to see the nightmare scenario that we saw in Batman v Superman, and we get to see, I don't know if you guys noticed, that's Kilowog, the Green Lantern, laying down there. So he's been killed by Superman, and Superman is holding Batman's mask in his arm. So this is taking place after the events of what happened in the nightmare scene in Batman v Superman. So it's pretty cool. And then Cyborg whispers no, but Barry hears go. So Barry starts running at light speed, and time starts to move backwards. You can see the picture kind of coming back up, and then he charges the box. Now the box is charged, the explosion happens, Superman is alive, and Lois Lane is kind of watching him from afar, but Superman flies off to the memorial place. And it's kind of funny because with Lois Lane, we did get to see her essentially move on. She's accepted the fact that Superman's not going to be there. She did say it would be the last time she visits the memorial site, and we got to see a pregnancy test in Lois Lane's drawer. So Lois looks like she's finally decided to move on with her life after that conversation with who she thought was Martha. She decided to move on, but now she sees Superman's alive, so she starts heading in that direction. But then we get to see Superman versus the Justice League, because Superman does not have his memories, and then when Cyborg's auto system attacks him, he starts fighting back, and he's tearing everybody up. It is way too easy. The Flash starts moving at super speed, and one of the best scenes in the theatrical cut, which was actually a Zack Snyder scene, no surprise to anybody, is when Superman's eye turns and you get to see him watch the Flash, and the Flash's reaction is perfect, and Superman starts moving at super speed and starts messing the Flash up. Then Superman kind of takes each one of them out one by one before he gets to Batman, and he starts using his heat vision on Batman, and Batman has those gauntlets that absorbs energy, but one of them burns completely off, and as he's about to do it to the second one and about to literally kill Batman, Lois Lane comes and saves the day. And it's actually quite funny and ironic, or not ironic, but it's kind of symmetry that you get to see Lois save Batman from Superman like this, because in Batman v Superman, she saved Superman from Batman. And both situations, Batman was the one who wasn't in his right mind in BVS, and Superman was trying not to hurt him. And in this situation, obviously Batman can't really hurt him unless he has some sort of kryptonite, but he's the one who doesn't want to hurt Superman anyway, and Superman's the one who's not really in his right set of mind. And it's Lois Lane who kind of saves the day both times. Then Superman flies off with Lois Lane, he goes to the Kent farm, and he's starting to remember things again. But even after that, we get to see Steppenwolf come in and try to take the Mother Box back. Now Silas Stone has taken the Mother Box into Star Labs, and he's about to shoot it with the electron laser that they were speaking about before, and basically he shoots it and it kills him, and then Steppenwolf gets the Mother Box, and Cyborg and Batman both figure out that basically he sacrificed himself just to give them a chance so that they can basically track the Mother Box. He basically put a GPS on the Mother Box because he made it the hottest thing on the planet. So now you can see it in thermal imaging, so you know where Steppenwolf is. Then they finally go back to the Batcave and they start devising a plan for what they're gonna do to be able to save the world. They know that they need to go to Steppenwolf, and Cyborg basically says he wants to fuse with the Mother Boxes and kind of stop the unity from the inside, and then physically have to stop the unity of the boxes from the outside after that. And he's going to need the Flash to create a charge to make that happen. Regardless, this was a very, very cool part. It was a very interesting chapter. Did you guys watch this? If you did, what was your reaction? Tell me what you think. This is the Markham Knight, and I need you to like, comment, and subscribe.